It's a very stormy afternoon here along the Continental Divide, and it's the perfect time to do a brand new book review that I'm so excited about on quilting. And I got a very special package in the mail. I don't think it's any secret that I love Jill Morton. She is a quilt designer, a fabric designer. She comes out with 2 or 3 lines of fabric each year that are on the Civil War side. Just a wonderful lady. I've met her in person. I met her quilt market May of 2016, and very down to earth. Love her style, love her as a person. She has been a very prolific author and has written many books. This one is from 2005, and I do have a lot of her quilt books, most of which are still in storage. Long story. This one is from 2005, but here in 2016, 17, and now 18, she has come up with a series, if you want to call it that, Joe's Little Favorites. This one is her very first in the series, Joe's Little Favorites. This was from 2016, and darling, just the photography, like I said, the illustrations, the presentation, the way her pictures are worth every penny you pay for her books. Joe's Little Favorites 2 came out last year, 2017, and now hot off the press is Joe's Little Favorites 3. But I just love this picture. Like I said, she has a way of, I don't know who her photographer is, but I love her dark, rich colors. I love the way she puts things together. She has been known to say that she has so many quilts that she wants to make that she's now starting to make smaller miniature versions of them so she can hang them on walls, use them on her table, in fruit baskets, just decorate and use her quilts throughout her home. And I think that's a wonderful idea. She has made big bed quilts, and I have a lot of big bed quilts that I have on my beds and spare spare bedrooms for guests, for company. But a lot of her quilts she has now started making smaller ones so that she can make more of them. And a lot of her quilts she hand quilts, where I have my long arms, so I machine quilt mine. But that's a whole nother topic, because you do lose a little bit of ownership when you send your quilt top out to be quilted. You can say you've pieced it, you've picked out the fabric, but somebody else quilted it for you, and you do lose a little bit of ownership. It feels like. I felt that way before I had my long arm. If I had pieced a quilt and I sent it off to be quilted, I could no longer say I had made 100% that quilt. It was quilted by somebody else, pieced by me, but quilted by somebody else. Quilting is one of the very few professions where I start with somebody else's already started materials, and then I quilt it and take it off my big long arm machine that's behind me, and I give it back to my client to bind. But I love Jill Morton. She is so down to earth, and I really love her. And I got a very special box. My mailman dropped this off today, and I want to do a quick opening. I remember a few things that were in here, but not everything. We'll open it up and see what's in here. I want to say there was about 4 things. If I can get my scissors to go right over the Missouri Star Quilt Company. They're one of my very favorites. Like I said, Missouri Star, oops, wrong one. Missouri Star Quilt Company. Huge success story, from rags to riches success story in Hamilton, Missouri. Someday I want to go there. Okay, the free thing for my order, they have daily deals, and my free thing was a pair of Nifty Notions 5-inch straight scissors, and I love scissors. I collect scissors. Some women collect purses and shoes. I just like scissors. I love scissors. But I love these because, number 1, they're red, and number 2, they have snowflakes on them. I don't know if you can see that. I love snow. I am happiest in the snow, and I love red. So I didn't buy these. They were the free gift for the day, for the daily deal. Got a new ruler. I use rulers a lot. But a new ruler, and I really like the Creative Grids brand of rulers. They have come out with specialty rulers. They've come out with different size of rulers. I recently bought their Creative Grids Itty Bitty that were designed by Lisa Bonjean, and she has them marked every 1/8 of an inch so that when you're making small quilts, you can be just about spot on with those 1/8 of an inch markings on your quilt rulers. A pattern I bought, Stars and Pinwheels. This was specifically for, I want to say it was for layer cakes, and layer cakes are my very favorite pre-cuts to work with. Yeah, 10-inch squares. So it was specifically designed for layer cake. And even though I got a jelly roll here, but I do have lots of layer cakes that I like to work with. And I did get a layer cake also. This jelly roll, notice they're called Moda Bake Shops, and they're all pre-cuts. But this jelly roll is from Jo Morton. Here's a picture of her again. I don't know if you can see that without the glare. Her picture is on this roll of jelly roll fabrics. These are all 2.5-inch strips, and there's usually between 36, 38, 40 in a line designed by that fabric designer. This one is called New Hope. It's 2.5-inch strips, and it's all creams and pinks and reds and goes into golds and then blues. Just a really pretty Jo for ya. Classic. I have a hair here I'm trying to get rid of, sorry. And then the last thing, one of my other favorite designers, but she's kind of on the quiet side, and that's okay. I have met her also at Quilt Market, bought a couple of her quilt kits. Her name is Julie Hendrickson, and she is in Wisconsin. I can't exactly, it's just outside of the capital there of Madison. Can't remember the name of the town. I've been there and been to her shop. Anyway, she's mainly a Civil War quilter also, but this line is called Madeline, or Madeline, however you'd like to pronounce it. But all pinks and browns. I thought this would make something fun for my granddaughters. One of them is getting old enough to want baby doll quilts, and the other one just turned 1, and she might want one too. But anyway, Madeline by Julie Hendrickson, and these are reproductions mainly from 1880 to 1890. When you get into the Civil War quilting fabrics, usually they're reproductions from a certain decade, and these ones are from 1880 to 1890, and they do look like they are going to be very fun to work with. Last, there's just a packing slip. It says, "Thank you, Shanda." They're very personalized. I love Missouri Star Quilt Company. Then it says, "Visit Quilt Town USA, Hamilton, Missouri. 12+ uniquely themed quilt shops with nearly 20,000 bolts of fabric." And she gives you directions on how to get there. I would love to go visit this place someday. Anyway, I think I am going to go sew on this rainy afternoon. I may work on that one that's on the back part of my, on the back there on my quilting machine, my Gamel, or I may piece on something of my own today. I'm not sure. I really want to get out and do some yard work, but it's too rainy. We just got a new push weed whacker, and I'm wanting to try it out, but it's a little on the rainy side, so I don't think I'll do that today. I think I'll go sew.